Okay, so I just did a video on doing international business with your income coming in from internationally. So what if you're doing, let's say you have your expenses internationally, or you have an international bank account associated with your US business. So how does all that work? It gets really crazy really fast, but you can definitely set up systems to make it work. One thing I would definitely consider is how are you going to account for this? What system are you going to use? QuickBooks says it can do currency conversion. My experience has not been the best with that. Now, that could have been the currency I was using it from one currency to USD. There may be another currency it may work better with, but I had a nightmare of a time using that to the point where I couldn't use it anymore. So really consider how are you going to account for these expenses and this bank account? How are you going to actually do the accounting for it? Are you going to consolidate it into your US books and the USD dollar? And are you going to translate all these expenses, which I think you should, because you need to know what you're spending in this other country and how much you're spending it on. There are some great tools, especially recently, which help consolidate foreign transactions into your US books. QuickBooks is probably not one of them I would suggest. A lot of them work off of an Excel program where you can basically pull in your QuickBooks or your whatever accounting software you have, and then you can consolidate into this particular use this software to then consolidate into an Excel sheet, which may not sound that great or that cool, but hey, it works because when you're dealing with international transactions, it gets crazy fast. The other thing I would consider definitely with international transactions is what do you need on the other side? What do you need in that country? Do you need to set up your own business license down there? Every country is so different. And from my experience, I think here in the US, we do accounting to tell a financial story. At least that's my viewpoint on accounting. In other countries, it's not really the case. They do it for compliance, typically government compliance. So that is a big thing, is considering if you're ready to start doing business internationally, start having expenses, start having a bank account, is you got to figure out what is required of you. And if you're going to be doing a lot of volume, I would highly suggest getting a local accountant or bookkeeper to help assist with that, and then have your US bookkeeper help consolidate that into your US accounts. Because you trying to keep up with the laws, and if you may or may not know the language, but it can get really tough trying to figure out all the compliances, all the deadlines, everything that this particular country may want in terms of doing business. All right, those are just a few things to look out for if you're doing international accounting. There's a lot more that I could get into. If you have any more questions, just reach out. All right.